The college football experience, Wyoming Cowboys 2025 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com with our promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, everybody, Jim McMahon here, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience, Wyoming Cowboys 2025 season preview episode. Wow, hey, if you know me, you know I love Wyoming Cowboy football, which is why I was so upset last year with the way things went down. I was high on some of the returning production that was coming into town. I was like, hey, I knew Craig Bohl. He'd been on this show before, but I thought, hey, they got one of his guys. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Well, I was wrong. And not only was I wrong, look, a lot of times on this show, I'll get my inner Ric Flair going, and I'll tout the, me taking Colorado money line plus 820, I think it was, whatever it was. At TCU week 1 of Prime's first game, or Vanderbilt money line last year against Virginia Tech. For each one of those, there's also one like I took Wyoming and on the money line against Arizona State week 1, and they lost 48-7.
Wasn't even that close.
It wasn't even. That was a garbage score by Wyoming. Unbelievable that. So I'm shooting straight with you. I called for Wyoming on the money line, and I still look like a fool. I also took the over on Wyoming for the season, and I look like a fool. But I'm back and ready to talk about it as we continue to break down 136 teams. Remember, after this, we got the Washington Huskies coming up. We just finished Florida State, and we're in the middle of it. We're in the middle of it right now. So check out your team or your rivals or whoever. Subscribe, tell a friend. YouTube.com/The College Experience. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swig at Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
I will have a fistful of pesos. It just won't be Wyoming pesos from last year. The years before, they were a gold mine for me, Mac. I would take the over every year, and Craig Bohl would always deliver. With the exception of the COVID year, but the COVID year was, it's phony season. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the College Basketball Experience with me. We're ready for Sundance Wicks. When the season goes live over there, we will be live every night of the season for basketball, but we're also going to be live every night of the season for football as well right here. Give it up for Farmer Stafford, Austin Peay with the Governors, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers. Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. How are you, buddy?
What is up, man? Yes, love Laramie, love the Wyoming, and how about them Cowboys? Let's go.
Mac tonight! Come on, make it Mac tonight!
I just wonder, and look, I'm going to talk about a bunch of stuff here, but I mean, Craig Bohl, since 2016, Wyoming had really not had a losing season. Okay, COVID, with that small sample size they had, losing season. But other than that, they hadn't had a losing season. And then last year, 3-9 was just out of nowhere. I thought they were going to be able to maintain what he had built in Jay Sawvel's first year. And I got to ask this question, or I wouldn't be doing my job, Coach, because I hope to talk to him in a few days here again. Tim Palisak was their OC 2 years ago. Did a great job, I thought. He was the guy under Josh. They had Josh Allen with him, I believe. He left and became North Dakota State's head coach. Year one wins the Natty there. I just wonder if that's the guy they should have gone with. But at the same time, maybe I'm full of shit. Maybe Jay Sawvel says I need more time, because we remember Tim Albin's first year at Ohio taking over for Frank Solich, who, by the way, Craig Bohl was the defensive coordinator for Frank Solich for a long time at Nebraska. He was 3-9 year one, and it took him a year to get his guys, figure things out, get his roster, and then boom, he won Ohio's first MAC championship since the 60s, and now he's coaching at Charlotte, gets a promotion, goes to the Clits in Charlotte, North Carolina there. So maybe we shouldn't rush to judgment on Jay Sawvel, but let's get the slideshow going. YouTube.com/thecollege. By the way, Wyoming's uniforms, one of my favorites in all of college football. Just fire. Jay Sawvel, he's 3-9 as a head coach. Mac, where you at with the hire? And should we, we got to give the guy time, right?
Yeah, I think we got to give him some time. I mean, when you dive into his coaching tree, he worked for not only Craig Bohl, but Dave Clawson and Jerry Kill. So he's got a good foundation of a coaching tree. But yeah, last year was disappointing. I mean, their first real true losing season since Craig Bohl's early tenure in 2015. And it was just the way that it happened. I mean, the first month of the season, they weren't competitive in any of those games. They did win a couple road games late. So this is kind of a big year. I know it's only year two, but you don't want to throw out there back-to-back losing seasons to start your tenure.
Yeah, especially the way he had it going. And I let me ask you a question. If he does 3-9 again, are they going to fire him?
I don't think they'd fire him. I think he'd get one more.
Okay. That's it. I think it kind of puts you in a little bit of taboo of the offense, and maybe one of the reasons why I should have been a little more hesitant a year ago is they did hire Jay Johnson, who I know because he was Mel Tucker's OC at Michigan State, but also was at Colorado with Mel Tucker. And I, as a Colorado fan at one point, or a Colorado fan, but at one point Mel Tucker was there. I was not the biggest fan of the Mel Tucker hire. Unlike most Colorado fans, I was one that didn't like the hire from the start. But Jay Johnson, I was never that impressed with there. Now, that's not to say that he might be able to, be a better coach today than he was then and right his wrongs. But I can't help but notice that difference from Palisak to Jay Johnson. 123rd in scoring offense, 107th in passing offense, 88th in rush offense, 103rd overall offense. Oh boy. And they spluttered out the gate. That's probably the thing I circled that I should have paid more attention to in hindsight. But the offense does return Kaden Anderson, who came in, mid-season. 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I mean, those are good. Like Wyoming quarterbacks numbers, they're kind of a ground and pound team historically under Craig Bohl.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, but even with Josh Allen, I feel like he still didn't throw for like 30 touchdowns a season. If memory serves me correct, I still thought like the offense was moving at their highest they had ever done. But Kaden Anderson is back at the quarterback spot, and running back Sam Scott got some starts a season ago. I don't know that he's going to start this season, but I had to throw that on there. Tight end John Michael Gyllenborg, who was all conference, I believe, the year prior. Keep an eye out for him. Jaylen Sargent, another guy that kind of got half the season starts. It's almost like they were figuring out who the hell they got. And then 3 of 5 back on the O-line, led by their right guard, Caden Barnett. They did go to the portal, and I will say this, Mac. Craig Bohl did not use the portal much. One of the reasons why I kind of liked the Sawvel thing was I thought he was a little younger and might be more willing to go get some players, because they would kind of get fucked at up in the portal, like year after year, even with Craig Bohl. I felt like, man, you had Arizona State taking their top running back. I'm trying to remember his name right now. A few years back, you had some of their top guys going left and right to schools, and it was kind of it's still happening, but they got a little more aggressive on the offensive side of it, meaning like going to get players, not necessarily offensive players, but they brought in Damashja Harris from North Texas. I think he might start for them at the running back spot. North Texas was on the schedule last year. Terron Kellman from the Charlotte Clits there. Max White, a running back from Iowa. And then I love this guy's name, Jackson Holman from Arizona. Isn't Jackson Hole, Wyoming, a city there? It's almost, you almost have it's perfect. I'm talking about Jackson Hole, man. I've been to Jackson Hole. Wide receiver Michael Fitzgerald from Central. They went deep sea diving in Missouri.
Yes.
All right, honestly, they must have somebody that is from the state of Missouri, because on the offense, we're going to get to what they did on the defensive side of the ball, but they add Michael Fitzgerald from Central Missouri and Eric Richardson, a wide receiver from Northwest Missouri State. Deep. You watch the film on that, and it's like some drunk guy's handheld. You know what I mean? His selfie. You know what I mean? Like what station is that shit on? Will the offense, Mac, be better than 103rd?
God, I hope so. I would say so, because Anderson, like you said, came in around week 9, week 10, and I thought that they took a little bit of a step in. They were playing better. I mean, Boise was one of those games where they during that stretch. So they were more competitive when he was under center. Year 2 with Jay Johnson of that offense, he had a couple running backs that you highlighted. Harris coming over from North Texas. I think he'll probably be the lead horse. So I would say that they do take a step forward.
I do too. Even with what I just said about me being a little more weary, I think they'll be better than 103rd. Just second year in the offense, you kind of know what he wants.
Yeah.
Found their quarterback. So I do think they'll take a step forward. Defensively, actually, before we get to defense, let me tell you, folks out there, that the College Football Experience Wyoming Cowboy Edition is brought to you by, Circa Millions and Circa Survivor. Think you know ball that you have to enter Circa's football contest with $21 million in guaranteed prizes. There is no rake, so if entries go above the guarantee, all extra money will go to the prize pool. Circa Millions, you pick 5 NFL teams against the spread each week, or go for the ultimate sweat in the Circa Survivor. There is also even Circa Grandissimo, a $100,000 Survivor contest. So get in there. You must register in person at the Circa Sportsbook in Nevada, Las Vegas. I'll be there in 2 days. I can't wait. All right. Great. What? I mean, look. So you can come up with a good lie here and just say, "Honey, I'm handling some work. This is work. You might be a millionaire after it." So it's a great excuse to book a trip to Las Vegas. Sign up in Nevada. You play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use our promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including all the summer sports. I had $400 on a CFL game this weekend. MLB, CFL, WNBA, golf, tennis. It's all there for you. And of course, college football futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag. But when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply, of course. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back. Let's talk the defensive side of the ball, because it is Craig Bohl's son, Aaron Bohl, who is the DC there. And considering how long they were on the field, I'm going to say that these numbers aren't as bad as you think. They were 91st in scoring defense, 68th in pass defense, 111th in rush defense, and 103rd overall. Horrible numbers, but you got to understand the offense couldn't move the ball. Why I feel like, and I paid very close attention to Wyoming because I had a lot of money on their win total over, which I lost on. I felt like every time I had like an ongoing joke at the studio. I was like, they're going to be on defense every time we watched a part of the game. And they were. They really were. So I do think their defense might be a little bit better than what we think. They return 3 starters. They're all on the D line, at least, with Ben Florentine, Caleb Robinson, and Tice Westland. But they did lose a shit ton of production. And Mac, this is why they should have been better last year, by the way. And I'm going to get to what, they were aggressive in the portal again too. But part of what I mean is they get rated in the portal each and every year. On the last episode, we talked about Harrison Whaley, their star running back, is now at Virginia. And Justin Stevenson, one of their top wideouts, is at Utah, who's on the schedule, by the way. But their defensive linemen, Jaden Williams, Kentucky, Braden Siders, West Virginia, Sebastian Harsh, NC State. They're one of their tops in the secondary. Safety Rook Brown went to Houston. Keeney Parks, Houston. Davis, the corner, went to Colorado, and Coach Prime. They get rated in the portal. So at least there were a little, and this is like an ongoing thing since the portal has opened up. They bit back a little bit here. They kind of went to some obscure places on the defensive side of the ball more than the offensive side of the ball. Bringing in Chisholm Ifeani from the Owls of Florida Atlantic, Braden Wilson from Weber State, and DeJuan Martin from Youngstown State, Anesh Yas from Bucknell, the Bison, Zach Potter from Toledo. All those guys are on the D line. And then the big one here is Ethan Stolsatz from Lindenwood, which is located in Missouri. This dude was a beast in the FCS a year ago. He's penciled in to start for them. And then bringing in Braden Johnson from Oklahoma Baptist. Deep sea diving, Mac. I tend to think the defense took some major hits. I just think the fact that they're going to be able to move the ball better on offense, I'm going to say the defense improves. I still don't think it's going to be amazing, though, because they got rated. They got absolutely. Here's the thing that bothers me.
They get rated every year.
But they are the only school in the state that plays D1 or D2 football, I believe. What are we doing? They should actually benefit from the NIL. They should benefit. They're the only show in town. If you're a Wyoming fan listening to this, or if Wyoming doesn't, I was in Laramie a couple, in the past 2 years, but I went to a game, but I don't recall there being a Wyoming beer. There should be a Wyoming whiskey. They should all do all that shit. I would think they would be able to thrive more because they're the only show in town, and NIL could really help benefit a school like this. And maybe they wouldn't get players rated as much. But what do you think about all that? What do you think about the defense?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a year of transition on the defensive side. Aaron Bohl, I mean, he was only 31 years old, first defensive coordinator job. I got to think his old man got in the film room with him a little bit in the offseason, trying to help him make some adjustments here. Obviously, Craig Bohl being a defensive mind for as long as he was. So I think they will take a step year 2 of his son's tenure. And they did bring in some nice pieces, especially on the front 7 side of the defense. So I think they will, because also I think the offense will be a little bit better because the offense was abysmal last year. And to your point, they got dominated 2-1 time of possession in a lot of games.
Yeah, you can't have that. We talk about state of the program, and all of that matters. Craig Bohl, coaching legend, gone. His son, part of the staff. Can he do a solid job? We think he can. We'd like to see him do it. Can Jay Johnson ignite this offense and essentially keep Jay Sawvel's job, happy? The fans happy with him there in Laramie. That's part of it. Player retention's part of it. Going out in the portal's part of it. So is the stadium, which, Mac, you know me, buddy.
You're going to give us a 10, aren't you?
Dude, this stadium, buddy. Oh, and by the way, I forgot they brought in some guys in the secondary. Extra page here. Jaden DeCosta from Portland State.
Cheek is good from Cal.
Yeah, Brooklyn Cheek from Cal. Desmond Hearns from SIU. Justin Taylor from Wisconsin. Sibomana from North Dakota State. So they loaded up in the portal. But back to the stadium, War Memorial Stadium, 75 years young. This is football, baby. This is one of the best, buddy. This is why I went. I went all the way to specifically because these photos are just. First off, what do you hear me say? I love shrubbery. They have these big ass trees / bushes in the back end zone there. The end zones, by the way, let's talk about that. Easy top 5 end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, look what they do in the end zone. You got the whole goddamn. It's perfect. You got what? I feel like one of them even has the cowboy in it. Then, I mean, look at this thing. This is the highest elevation in all of the FBS, by the way. This thing, you're playing up there, you feel it.
Ask Texas Tech.
And not ask UVA, ask UCLA, ask all these schools that gone up there and got their ass whooped. I'm forgetting some. It's a great college football experience to me. They do it right in Laramie. I mean, look at that fucking place, dude.
That beauty. Is that the App State game that you and Nick went to?
That one might have been. I'm not sure, but that App State game was awesome.
Yeah, they should have lost somehow.
They had that was Bohl magic because that's what Bohl does. Great special teams, great defense, and somehow you find a way to win that game. I mean, I for my money, it doesn't get. Look at that shit, Mac. Come on, it's just perfect. This place is heaven. It's heaven on earth, man. What are you giving this thing?
29. I just look 20, just under 30,000. They get the right opponent in there. They can push that puppy up to 30. Yeah, I'll give it a 10, man. Look at the scenery. I'm a sucker for the mountains. I give all the mountain stadiums 10s.
No, as you should, because this thing is fire. This thing is the epitome of an amazing college football stadium. You got the fucking cowboy coming out of the wall, smashing the damn wall down. It is just a beautiful, beautiful stadium. And if you haven't been, folks, if you're just a college football fan, it's not that tough of a trip. You fly into Denver, right? And you can even go to Fort Collins, their rivals. But it's not a tough drive. I mean, this place is there's a reason why they're awesome at home against Power Fives. Look at it and that's coach proof, by the way. You could look at that shit under Dave Christensen. You could look at it under Joe Tiller, all these guys, right? What's my guy's name that died? Dana Dimmel. May he rest in peace.
Yes.
Look at that shit too, man. It's just a fire college football experience. The state of the program involves all of that. I had a hard time though, Mac, because I'm just going to say the Tim Albin thing. I'm going to give it a 5 of 10 because I don't know. Maybe he turns it around this year. If it was Craig Bohl, I'd probably have this at a 7 or an 8. But I have it as a 5 of 10. What are you giving the state of the program?
I'm giving it a 4. Just because they get in this new era, they get rated in the portal. They don't have Craig Bohl anymore. We need to see it. We need to see it in this new era. So for right now, I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
Yeah. All right, let's dive into the schedule, man. Because Thursday night, week 1. Unfortunately, I'll have to watch this on repeat because I will be pissed drunk at a East Carolina NC State game. But Thursday night, the Wyoming Cowboys are heading to Akron, Ohio.
God.
Take on Joe Moorhead Zips, who are not bowl eligible because their team is too dumb. The first team to get that penalty in a while where you don't meet the grade point average requirements for some shit. It's hard to fade that. When I hear that, I normally want to bet on football teams like that. But this is a scary game, dude. If they don't have this offense fixed, Akron's going to beat them. But give me Wyoming in a 16-14 win. 40-yard field goal to get that dub. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I was looking. The over/unders at 49.5. They're single-digit favorites here. This is a scary game.
It is, dude.
Give me Wyoming by field goal. Akron covers. Wyoming wins 1-0.
This is the best Akron team in the Moorhead era. Now, that's not saying a ton, but I do think it's a shame that this is the year they can't go to a bowl because I feel like this is their best chance to get to a bowl. Want to know. Then Northern Iowa comes to town. I mean, if you follow FCS college football, Northern Iowa's been a good school for a lot of years, man. But Mark Farley is gone. So it's the dawn of a new era there with Todd Stepsis, I think his name is, from Drake coming in there. He was the Pioneer Coach of the Year, I think, a couple times. But Northern Iowa keeps a good program. Ask Kurt Warner. All right. I feel like we should mention that because the Missouri Valley is a real football conference. And the Big Sky is a real football conference. Oh, Wyoming knows this because the Big Sky in Idaho went up there and beat them a year ago. I will take Wyoming to go 2-0. But if this offense ain't fixed, watch out.
I was going to say, man, they got to get these first two are must wins with their Mountain West schedule. So 2-0. But like I said, I can't say it enough. They got to get both of these. They can't get tripped up in either of these games.
Yeah, 2-0, and I'm fascinated by both those games. Then Kyle Whittingham and Utah come to town. Series is 125 years young. Mac, normally I love taking these it doesn't matter who they play when they come into War Memorial. I was on Texas Tech money line as 18-point dogs. I think they were that hit. I will take Utah though. I think if this was Craig Bohl, you could talk me into a Wyoming money line play, but right now I have to take Utah. So 2-1. What are you doing here?
It'll probably play out like that BYU game last year. Wyoming will hang around, but then finally the dam will break and Utah will choke them out. So yeah, give me 2-1 for Wyoming.
Then they head to Boulder, Colorado in a series that's also 125 years young. We already did our Colorado preview. Go check that out. But I think we both took the Buffs. Has anything changed in 10 days or something?
No. Wyoming wants to be a part of the Big 12. Playing Utah and Colorado back to back.
There you go. I do like the regionality of those games, but 2-2, and then they get a nice bye week. Josh Allen, come on, man, we got to get you a part of the NIL. You know, I think you are a part, but I'm just saying, cut them some fucking checks, man. Mahomes is doing that shit down there in Lubbock. You could do it. Then after that. They get a bye week, and this game is interesting to me. UNLV coming in, Dan Mullen year one. We know they're more talented than Wyoming, but I feel like Laramie still gets people, dude. Who are they? They're going to beat someone you're not expecting in Laramie this year.
And they're off a bye.
This is the one, right? But it's not cold yet. It's October 4th. I can't do it. Give me UNLV. I think it'll be in a couple games.
I'm taking Wyoming here. I like them off the bye week. I think UNLV is going to struggle a little bit this year compared to expectations. So yeah, give me the elevation here. Let's go.
All right, and then after that, I mean, I got them at 2 and 3. You got them at 3 and 2. Then San Jose State and Kenny Niumatalolo come to town. I have San Jose State winning this game. I like the fact it's October 11th for San Jose State fans because it won't be that cold. It'll still be a little brisk by around now, but give me Sparty to go in there, and that series goes back to 1959. What are you doing here?
This is a tricky game for San Jose, but on the San Jose preview, we both took them. I'll stick with that pick. So I got them 3 and 3.
I got them 2 and 4. Then this is a brutal stretch, by the way. Because these are the three teams, like, you go from, in my opinion, UNLV and San Jose State are more talented than them. Then you have to go on the road to Air Force for the triple after taking on the run and shoot the game before.
Yeah.
I will take Air Force to get this done. This will be a little bit of a rock fight, but I have another loss here. I have them 2-4.
2-5.
2-5. I'm sorry. 2-5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Air Force. Air Force veteran, talented, and they're at home. Give me Air Force. So I got them at 3-4.
3-4. Then Jay Norvell and Colorado State come to town. The Battle of the Boot? Some shit like that. The Golden Boot, Golden Toe, Steel Toe rivalry, some shit like that. Series goes back to the 1800s, separated by just an hour. And let me tell you, as someone that's done plenty of Jaeger bombs in Laramie and Fort Collins, they don't like each other, and I'm here for it all.
The Bronze Boot.
Bronze Boot. I do some shit like that. Wyoming is going to beat Colorado State, and their season will come crashing down right here. This is the one. Cowboys, get them. Win 3. What are you doing here?
Win 4 for me. Yeah, on Colorado State, we both pick Wyoming. I'll stick with Wyoming. Like them in the home spot here to win the bronze boot.
Bronze Boot. Then they head to the Snapper in San Diego, California. This is winnable, dude. This is a winnable game. But I'm taking San Diego State because I've been giving San Diego State losses everywhere. There's no way San Diego State's going to go 0-12. So I feel like I gotta, but this is a very winnable game to me. But I will take the Aztecs to get it done.
Yeah, I will. I'll take San Diego State at home at the Snapper, but I'm with you, man. This is a toss-up, but I feel like I gave a bunch of losses to Wyoming and San Diego State. They got to win a couple.
If they get to a bowl, Wyoming or San Diego State, yeah, this is a pivotal game for that bowl. Then they get another bye week. Shout out to Marcus Harris, who was once just a fucking amazing wide receiver for the Cowboys there. Before that, it was who? Ryan Yarborough, I think it was. They come out of the bye. They go to Fresno, California, take on Matt Entz's bunch. Intrigued by the North Dakota State Craig Bohl connections here. So they're definitely gonna know what each likes to do here. But I gotta take Fresno, man.
Yeah, we both already did Fresno. We took Fresno. They first year head coach. I think they find their rhythm this time of year.
Then they are hosting Jeff Choate and the Nevada Wolfpack. And man, I forget what I said on the show. I think I gave Wyoming a win here, right?
Yeah, and I took Nevada in the Nevada preview.
Yeah, I think I gave Wyoming a win here. Series goes back almost 100 years. 88 years they've been playing that one, or 87 years. No, 88. This is a win. What number is this for me? 4?
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with Nevada. I think Choate's the more proven coach out of the two than Sawvel. So yeah, I'm 4-7 for me.
I'm 4-7 too. And look, sometimes you're not going to a bowl. The best thing to have on your schedule: trip to an island, just like a bowl to end your season. Wyoming at Hawaii. I don't know why I put the Hawaii logo in red. Swear I was sober when I made that, but series goes back to 1978. I have them losing this. So I got them 4-8. I do think, though, that there are a couple more winnable games. Like I said, but I got them 4-8. I best case scenario to me is like 6-6, but I got them 4-8. What are you doing here?
I'd like Hawaii this year too with Timmy Chang. 4-8 for me as well. Tempted to flip the Nevada game just to get them both at 5-7. I think I'm gonna do that. Give me 5-7. They win the Nevada game. I'll Benedict that one.
Well, I mean, look, going to the island against Timmy Chang.
It's a hard ticket to Hawaii. It's not paradise all the time. It's a hard ticket to Hawaii.
Thank you, Tyler, for the assist there. I got a 1-year-old. Sometimes I'm just like a fucking zombie here. So yeah, I got them 4-8. The win total, though, Mac, is, did I forget to put the slide here? I think I did, but it is 5.5. That's not very good, because I'm pretty soundly under that one. But the schedule's tough, dude. I feel like, I mean, they could lose to fucking Akron, dude.
I know, and then that's what I mean. Like, if they lose that Akron game, then the wheels fall off. Then you're scrambling to get to 4 wins.
The thing is, like, if you're actually putting like the roster together and you're saying who do they actually have a better roster than? I think you can only get to Northern Iowa, Akron, and Nevada. I think every other team on the schedule, maybe Air Force, but Air Force runs the triple. That's a timing thing, so I can't give them that. I feel pretty decently about this. I don't want to lock it because I don't want to watch every goddamn Wyoming game again. Like, I mean, I want to watch every Wyoming game, but last season was tough, dude.
Yeah.
The amount of money I had on it. How do you feel like this is lockable here?
No, I mean, I flipped to 5. I benedicted that Nevada game. I have them 5-7. But I gave them a win against Nevada, Colorado State, and UNLV to get to 5-7. They don't play New Mexico or Utah State, who are 2 of the 3 bottom teams according to the odds. I know we're higher on both of those because of their coaches, but it's
what's the floor here?
2-10.
Yeah. And the ceiling, can you build a case for 7 wins? What if they get Akron, Northern Iowa, UNLV, like you said, Colorado State, that's what? That'll be 4, San Diego State 5, Nevada 6, and they pull an upset maybe against Air Force?
Or San Jose State at home because it's in Laramie.
So ceiling, even though I said 6 is 6, 7-5?
Yeah, that's
everything's got to go right for that. I feel pretty good about the under, but I'm not going to lock it. I've been locking up a shit ton of things. I haven't bet this yet. I don't think I am.
I'm staying away. I'm with you. Yeah. Go Wyoming. I hope that they can get back to a bowl, but this schedule's hard, man. And I think it's what we talked about in our Mountain West coaches preview. The coaching in this freaking league is top notch now.
Yeah. If anything, Sawvel is the most unproven of anyone in this conference.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, I hope I'm wrong too. I love Wyoming and their program. Like, honestly, they're one of my favorite schools in the nation. Let's get it going. Hope I'm wrong, but give me the under, and I feel decent about it. If I have a few whiskeys while I'm out in Vegas in a couple days and I'm looking for extra stuff on the board, maybe I'll report to the X universe, the Twitter universe, if so. But at the Colby D on Twitter, give me a follow. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. The college football experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. And don't forget the Washington Huskies previews coming up in about 20-25 minutes. So buckle up there. We're going to talk about the Huskies. And shout out to WV Punch Drunk listening live in the factory. Oh, I forgot the other part of that. Sorry. He told us not to tell. This is a recording from 6 months ago. Sorry, I hope you're not fired. But look, here's the thing about Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to you. WVU Punch Drunk 1. Love the holidays. It's a great time of year. And it's the season of giving. Right? And
2024 preview.
Yes. All right, folks. We'll be back in 20 minutes with the Washington Huskies preview. Happy New Year to all. This is the college football experience. Enjoy the slideshow, Wyoming fans. I loved your history, so it was a bunch of fun doing that. Get out to a game in Laramie this fall as well. This is the college football experience, Wyoming Cowboy style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Mailbox 1. Yeah, 7. Let's get 1.
I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart. My body and soul are nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. We're the obsession to be a part of that, started that. Mind over matter don't matter in the market. I've seen much smarter cats have heart attacks. Largely cause leaders need lambs to be lethargic. Match wits with the half-wit phantom. I don't need jumper cables or mic cords to analyze an analytical anthem. Between my two ears, an engine pumping the life force. Force field for your grip on the grievance. Still gonna feel unchallenged, aboard stiff. So arrange the pieces to prepare cohesive. All the hard work will go largely ignored if your hands are covered with post-its and paper cuts. You need to have your voice in the vice grip. The one who made it famous ain't the one who made it up. You don't get overtime just for working the night shift.
I'm taking a pinch right now. It's like
I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Every time I close my eyes, I'm taken to the same place, a playing field, and every contestant's got the game face. Everybody's yelling, you ought to play it safe. Make sure them shoes are tied and ankles taped. Shake the cobweb, hit the ground running. This is how cunning I can get with the footwork. You're doing it right, well, it shouldn't hurt. Flirt with greatness, still outrun the famous. Nice high heels, I got mics for spikes. Trampling the home team and the turf for life. For the few fleet of foot, too fast for me. I fear none, cause I run and ignore the pit. Of feet by the tree that are fast asleep. In love with the game, you adore the head. I believe in achievement. My soul isn't rewarded just cause it sees a goal and moves toward it. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Conspiracy theories, gotta love them clearly. Nothing's more entertaining than entertaining a query.